Yeah. So the other thing is, obviously, a lot of sex is focused on genitals, but there's a whole body of erogenous zones, right? Almost your entire body can be an erogenous zone. We talked a little bit about it when we talked about sensate focus, right? You can explore, you can find areas that people find erogenous. So when you looked at data, necks, nipples, lips, buttocks, inner thighs, all these areas are considered erogenous by most people, regardless of their sexual orientation, regardless of their cultural upbringing. It seems to be pretty universal. There's actually a famous paper about non-genital orgasms and like how people orgasm without any genital stimulation. So lip orgasms, anal sex orgasms.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it's been documented, absolutely. And so it's nipple orgasms. There's a whole variety of ways. Even like women have had orgasms during childbirth. Like there have been these documented ways to orgasm. And it's because these areas can be very erogenous. And sometimes stimulating multiple areas can like add more erogenous interest. And that's why you see people like maybe in the BDSM community, they'll be using nipple clamps while they're doing other things, right? So there's a whole bunch of areas that are erogenous. And most of the times people are not really spending much time on foreplay or stimulating these erogenous zones as much as they should, right? You have a whole body to play with. And how do you stimulate them? There's actually evidence behind that. So on your skin, we have these special fibers called C-tactile afferents. So when you stimulate these fibers, they help you feel pleasure, enjoyment, those sorts of things. And so there was a study where they took 19 couples, a small study, it was out of London, and they basically told them to stimulate an erogenous zone and a non-erogenous zone, the non-erogenous zone being the forehead. And so they had the couple stimulate, and they told them stimulate it at levels of 18 centimeters per second in terms of how fast you're caressing the arm or body part, and at 3 centimeters per second. And what they found was those who stimulated at 3 centimeters per second had more sexual arousal, had more pleasant stimulation compared to those who were stimulating it at 18 centimeters per second. Now, this makes sense because those C-tactile afferent fibers respond very well to that slow, gentle caress. The other interesting thing is that these fibers are only responsive to human touch. So if I take a glove and I put it on my hand and I touch you, it still doesn't work.